All right, for this resume, I want us to do an exercise. I think this is going to be a really good exercise to figure out, like, compare your resume to this. Where does your eye go when you can't understand this language? So let's jump into it. What does this resume do? Where is my attention coming from? And actually, hopefully it gives Adrian some understanding because he actually knows what these are. And then he's going to be like, wow, I'm surprised that that doesn't pop out better or more. Okay, this might be a really short video. Adrian, you are in chat too, which is very, very helpful. I love that. By the way, I created a Discord. This is where I'm going to be taking resume reviews from moving forward, not Twitter DMs. I'm trying to create a community where people that want to get into esports, people that are in esports, can actually talk about these things and help each other out. Okay, first thing, I actually love how this resume looks. It looks super fresh. The color scheme, I'm not sure if it's the colors, the format. I think it's the colors. I think it's a format, but it just looks really nice and clean and organized. I love it. I think the really good thing is the change of font sizes and the spacing between everything and just the color scheme in general. Like that really works. This is a smaller font. This is a bigger font. It just really helps me quickly see where this resume is all divided up. I love it. So right from the bat, I'm guessing, hey, that's a nice friendly face. You know, you're outside, you're not a basement dweller or anything like that. Or at least I can't tell from this if you are a basement dweller, Pancake. Or sorry, Adrian. And got your name, probably what you do, some cool, like, I'm guessing this is like a team player, motivated, creative, young? I have no idea. Don't tell me yet. Tell me afterwards, Pancake, of like how much I'm missing on this. But this is interesting. So it's a big picture. It's nice. It's clean. Lots of white space. And again, the information hierarchy is really, really good on this. It just makes it really clean and easy to look to because not everything is all like 12-point font where everything just kind of just meshes together and it's just like you're separating it by bold and italics. No, it's like really, really clean. I really want to talk about like it's super, super clean. It's really nice to look at. I love how this resume looks. Okay. Maybe the only thing that I might change is making this profile picture smaller. So maybe this can line like this and this can line up because suddenly there's like this weird competing. I don't know if I'm supposed to look at the left side or the top side. Oh, I don't know if I'll be able to find an example of this, but Vox did a video on like the weird thing about movie posters. This is not Brie Larson. This is Samuel L. Jackson. He's second, but Brie Larson is first on there. This is Jude Law, right? And he's last, right? So there's this competition and actually like value and pay and star power that actually goes into like who's on the poster, where they're located, and the names. And the names are never in order and they never match up with who's on the movie poster, right? But the reason is because you're reading left to right, so this is the most valuable spot. And obviously in a picture, whoever is front and center, they're going to be the most valuable, like they are the star, right? And they pay for this and they negotiate all this kind of stuff. I wish I had the example, but there's another one where they're arguing like who the star power is, and they actually decided to, do I have Epic Pen? I do. They do this thing where the two stars were arguing at like who goes the prime spot and goes the second spot. Wow, that's really thick, right? So then what they decided to do is one name was here, name 1, and then name 2. So then it's like, so what was end up happening was then they were competing like they don't know who the most important thing is because this one is higher because we read from top to bottom, but then we also read left to right. So then, is name 1 more important than name 2? This was a way to convince the movie actors that you both get the number 1 spot. So my conclusion about that is, okay, now how do I close this? Stop it. Ignore. Stop. Point of that is, I don't know where to start. Do I start here or do I start here? That's my confusion, right? I think this might be a very small thing, and maybe it doesn't matter. Because especially when I know what these words are, my my eye will go maybe where I think is most important. And I'm guessing this is like about you and this is about your work experience. Okay, so yeah, and this is your contact information. I wonder if your nationality matters. Maybe it does when you're in Europe because of where you can work and all that kind of stuff. I don't really know. This computer skills, okay, that's probably important. Okay, my guess right here is that, okay, I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm guessing what this says because I'm guessing this is saying like how good you are or how proficient you are. I don't think that's important. I think saying you're good or 4 out of 5 or 2 out of 5, that doesn't mean anything. So, but I'm still saying really important like information about you, and it's really easy to see. It's not super long, and I'm not worried about reading this. That is super big because I'll be like, even if this takes me 5 minutes to read and I'm allotting 30 seconds for each resume, I would end up spending more time on this if I'm interested in all the text because I feel like, oh, I could get through this really quick and skim through this really quick. I can get all the information I need from this, and then I might end up reading the whole thing because there's so much white space. It's really easy to read if it was in English. Let's see dates very clearly. It worries me that these are actually so short. Now I'm actually saying like these are way too short because I think this stuff is supposed to be short. This stuff, I want to know what you did and the impact you've made. Unless you're just like listing off like I'm capable, I have these experiences under my belt, and for this job there's not much competition, and they just need to know that I can write, or they just need to know that I know Microsoft Office, or they just need to know that I've done X amount of hours working with students to get a job and hit specific criteria. But this doesn't scream to me that this is going to convince me that I want to hire you. But yeah, I think that's really all I have to say. This is going to be the most important information. This is what's going to convince me to hire you. This is extra information about just knowing you and maybe your capabilities and skim through like keywords. And then this just looks a little too short. Like I want to probably know a little bit more about like what you actually did and how you did it and the impact that you created somewhere in there. In the comments below, I want to hear what you guys think. Where did your eyes go to? What stood out to you? What do you guys think about this format? Let me know. And I want to hear like what the thought process is and how different or how similar it is to the way I perceive this resume when I don't understand the language.